And Kate Williams is here with us this morning to take us through some of the stories that have caught her eye in this morning's papers. But first of all, we'll have a quick look through the front pages for you.
Yes, several of the papers this morning leading on those problems within the Liberal Democrats, those allegations within the Lib Dems. The Mail on Sunday claims it has a bombshell email which they say proves that Nick Clegg knew about the sex scandal within his party. That's something that he's denied.
And that's the front page of The Independent as well this morning, also saying that the Grand Slam hopes for the England team are still alive.
The Sunday Times reacting to that news yesterday about Moody's reassessing the British economy and losing the AAA rating. They say George Osborne is on the rack and predict that sterling is set to tumble.
Well, Kate, let's kick off with a bit of glitz and glamour you've chosen here in the Mail this morning.
I have.
The Oscars.
The Oscars in the Mail. So we've got a lot of coverage of it. The suggestion that Daniel Day-Lewis is going to have a record third Best Actor gong. He's going to be the first man to win 3 Best Actors gongs. But what I really love are the little special facts here. Apparently, when you win an Oscar, you have to sign a contract saying you're never going to sell it. But people still do. And Michael Jackson paid £1 million for the Gone with the Wind Best Picture Oscar in 1999. So wow. I think it's pretty strange, isn't it, that you have to sell this thing, but then perhaps you think, well, what shall I sell? I might sell my Oscar. But I love all these facts all about how it's begun. And the best free gift this year is a £1,000 Hitler director's chair, while the strangest is a vampire facial. That's the strangest thing you could possibly get. And it's going to be an all-night long party. Can't wait to see it. Which films are going to be celebrated. And I really think it's a real celebration of historical films. We've got so many historical films, a lot of historical films, a lot of political films, a lot of investigations into America's history. And I think this is a really important aspect of filmmaking. These are the films that win the big gongs. And I wonder what it is that is really attracting us to historical films at the moment. Why are we so fascinated by our history? Perhaps it's kind of our insecure position.
History is a boom industry for you at the moment.
It is, absolutely.
Is that everywhere you look, this history?
It is. I mean, I think now we're in the 21st century, obviously beginning the 21st century. We're saying to ourselves, how did we get here? And particularly in America, they're saying, how have we got to this position? And what our founding fathers, such as Lincoln, and these big questions of American life, from slavery to Osama bin Laden, are things that they're really engaging with.
And more recent history as well, with Zero Dark 30 and stuff. This story in the Telegraph, we've been talking about Banksy and this mural that's been returned this morning that hasn't been sold altogether. A rather older bit of artwork being returned as well here in the Telegraph.
Yes, really interesting story here about the art in French museums that is now being returned to families it was taken from them from the Nazis. And this is a very beautiful painting here, the Courbet painting of the Eritreal cliff underneath, and then above that Monet's Champ de Colico. All these beautiful paintings, which probably aren't, I mean, they're not kind of worth £50,000 million, but they're very expensive paintings. And the President Francois Hollande has said, we can't expect people to write to us. We have to try and work out which of them deserve these paintings, because of course people have forgotten, and this is a long time ago. And it's saying, since 1951 only 103 works have been returned to their rightful owners, whereas possibly there are over, there are thousands and thousands of paintings and bronzes and statues that have all been taken. So this, I think, is a really important innovation here, that the French government is saying, we're going to try and find out where these paintings came from, because obviously a lot of these paintings are very important to their big museums, their small museums. And I think it's a big question about art, really. So much art is stolen from other countries and is displayed in the museums. Napoleon, of course, stole huge amounts of art in the early 19th century, put it in the Louvre. Some of it got reclaimed, and some of it, they'd all gone to the Tsar of Russia, so they couldn't get it back. So, this is the question, what belongs in our museums? Is it only our own artworks, or those of other people as well?
Or Elgin Marble's debate begins again.
Should we talk circus and performers? And let's head inside the Observer here.
Yes, the Observer, a very interesting article here on circuses that apparently, we talk about the brain drain. We say many people are going overseas to work, but we normally think of that as scientists and medical researchers. We don't normally think that we are losing our circus skills performers, but apparently we are losing all our trapeze artists, all our acrobats. There's no real British circus for that kind of thing, so they're all going overseas to, particularly in Europe and Spain and Italy, they've got much more of a tradition of theatre, which is more physical, more physically demanding, whereas ours is much more text-based, is what they're saying. So we need to start much more of a British circus because we're losing all our trapeze artists.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, we've got. I live in Bristol, and there's a circus school in Bristol.
Yes.
But I think it attracts people from all over the world, so they come here to train, and then they often go back to where they started.
Have you ever been?
Yeah, no, I haven't.
tightrope?
No, a bit of lion taming?
Sitting down on a sofa is about as much as I can manage, I think. Let's see. The Independent on Sunday has this story finally about the economy, the AAA rating.
Yes, nothing cheery about this. Page 6 of the Independent, they're saying that Moody's obviously changed the rating on Friday for the first time since its rating began in 1978, saying it's possibly going to take 10 years to get it back again. So 10 to 14 years to get it back again. So that's pretty miserable. But then when we have to go over all about what we think about ratings, considering that the AAA rating in 2008 of the housing bonds was what caused a lot of this problem in the first place.
Thinking of circus, I'm thinking trapeze, I'm thinking tightrope walking, I'm thinking juggling and various other circus analogies and metaphors. Thank you very much indeed,
Yeah,
Kate.
lovely to see you again.
Good to see you. Thanks
all
so
the best.
much.
Thank you. 8:30.